Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the old card shop, and we are back at it again. This time with a short video, submission video. We are grading some cards with CGC, sending some things to get reholdered with the new labels and all that. And I also had a PSA submission come in, so I figured not really feeling too much like doing a regular video, but I could definitely do a PSA return. That sounds fun. So leave a like, leave a subscribe, and let's get into this submission. Let's just kind of talk about what we're doing right now. Hopefully you guys are doing well. We're kind of battling a little cold right now. Ever since I got back from the last convention I went to, I've been feeling a little under the weather, so just kind of taking it easy here. I am going to be sending some of these cards off though, so I'll show off some of the stuff that I have kind of set aside here. I'm going to be sending some of this stuff off to CGC, and so I did a PSA submission. I should have probably recorded it before this, but these are going to CGC. Some things for various reasons that either PSA wouldn't grade or were errors or were things that I wanted to try, see what CGC would do with. Some weird stuff, you know, nothing too crazy. Like pinched layers, so that's something that, you know, it's not a bend, not a crease, it's like a pinched layer. Things that you, I don't know, PSA might grade, but I'm pretty sure CGC does. Usually when I send things to CGC, I do send just errors to them. That's mostly my go-to. This card, though, is not an error. This is actually like a pretty perfect looking card. I think there's like a print line in it, and PSA did not grade it nicely. They gave it an 8, but pretty darn clean. The centering isn't terrible, maybe a little bit top heavy, but I think CGC will be nicer to it. These are other mint cards that I'm sending off to put in a CGC label. I don't think they'll quite PSA 10, but I don't think they're going to PSA 9. I think CGC might 9.5 or even possibly give it their new Gym Mint 10. Couple modern or a modern card, just going to see what it does with a trainer gallery that I think deserves a 9.5 probably. Just a little submission building out the sub here. Some old Marvel cards. Once again, just seeing how they'll grade them. Stuff I pulled out of binders and collections and stuff I purchased, and just kind of cool artwork. Wolverine being popular with the like Deadpool series. I had some people asking about Marvel cards. These are old like 90s Marvel, kind of cool. I mean, I think they're cool. It's like a waifu kind of thing. Card Superman on the back, I think is neat on that one. But yeah, so that's what I've got going to CGC right now as far as what I'm sending off to them, as well as a few 9.5s here that I have just kind of had not necessarily intended to send. I did buy one of these, but I bought one of them intending to grade, but other ones I just kind of had, which is nice. I'm going to, regrade to the new 10 label, so I made that the first day, that purchase first day. But these were just other slabs that I kind of already had. This is the one that I actually purchased. This one, I just went and looked at Topps cards, because I think Topps cards in the new Gym Mint label are going to look really nice, and they're so low population, and they're not really popular, but they're kind of cool. So I got that card. I think it was like 50 or 60 bucks or something. I think it'd do well in a 10. And I have my single lone pristine here. This is the only one I'm going to send in for the new label. I like the art, obviously. Slow King's great. It's great artwork. Quapless. Yeah, it's Quapless. But I'm not a big fan of the reverses, but I'm a fan of 10s, so we'll see what that new label looks like. But into the meat and bones, I guess, as it were, of this submission. I did get a sub back from PSA. I'm going to just take them all out and stack them up so that they're kind of easier to handle here. But yeah, I got a submission back from PSA, and this is going to be a little lesson. What happens when you're extra bullish. This is what happens, the type of submission you have when you're really, really bullish in the hobby. And people always like to say I'm not very bullish, but I would like to present to you Exhibit A of the old card shop is not bullish, or is bullish, because I would argue that this submission you're about to see is about as proof that I'm about as bullish as you can get in this hobby. So I'm going to stack them up. My OCD is going to kill me here if I I'm messing them up here too. They're probably in order and I just messed them all up. Okay. So, we are going to go through this submission together and see how it goes. I guess we'll just go right into it. We'll see if I actually put the value up on the screen. Okay, so this is all modern. This is an entirely modern submission. So what you're going to see is a lot of stuff. And I want to know down in the comments, what do you think about a submission like this? Tell me what you think. The gem rate was right around 40% or so. These were cards that I hand selected. Yeah, these were hand selected. These were the best, in my opinion, of what I had available to me to send. And so, interesting enough, there is going to be some repeats in here. So I want to know what you guys think. Do you think this is the type of submission that you yourself would send off? Or is this the type of thing that you maybe would not? Besides the centering a little bit on that, it's pretty darn clean. I'm curious what types of submissions you guys like to make. Like, this is a very atypical submission for me. And what I mean by that is this is not something that I typically do. This is something that I was feeling really bullish after Orlando Collecticon. And I put together a submission, a bunch of Black Star promos. Most of this stuff was just things I literally didn't pay anything for that I had laying around from opening my own stuff from. And so it's kind of all stuff that I was just thinking I had to get 10s on in order to make out. And it looks like a couple of these things are not going to do so well. Some maybe do better than others, but I want to know what you guys think about me making a submission like this. Obviously, roast me in the comments if you think this is like the worst possible submission you've ever seen. But this is very much so the type of thing that I would do when I'm feeling really good about the hobby. I probably wouldn't send this type of submission in today. Not that I'm not feeling great about the hobby right now. It's just I think I would try to curate more expensive cards. This is something that, once again, this is an example of what happens when you're overly bullish on the hobby. We're going to separate the 10s and all that stuff out eventually, but there aren't many 10s in here. As you're seeing, this is what happens when you grade Modern English. And these were the hand-picked ones, too. Like, these ones were the ones I thought were pretty good. Like, this is only like $1 card. That's why. I don't know why I sent that. Obviously, I didn't do the best job. I'm going to assume it wasn't PSA putting damage on these cards. It's just me going through them too quickly. But yeah, one of those things that, you know, I'm curious. Is this the type of submission that you guys have had recently? Is this something that you would feel badly about if you got it back? I'll tell you right now, I don't feel great about the submission. I don't feel horrible about it either, though. Like, I got some 10s in here. And the 10s that we got should make up the price of what it costs to send, and then all the extras I could sell for a small profit, basically. It's just one of those things. Like, I want to know what you guys per se think about this type of thing. Because this is like something that me a year ago probably never would have sent. But me now have sort of a different thought process. Yeah, sure. A lot of this stuff is like sub $30, sub $20, you know, some of it sub $10 maybe. Like the 9s, if we get any 9s of this card, this is not going to be worth $10. I mean, it might be worth $10. We'll see. We'll probably auction a couple to see how it goes. But yeah, this stuff, this is what, 20, 30 bucks, something like that in a 9. As a raw card, it's like 15 or 20 maybe less, maybe more. So definitely losing by grading something like this in a 9. It would be nice to hit one single 10 of those. Spoiler alert, I will tell you right now, he did not hit a single 10. That's me from the past spoiling the future. Yeah, so sorry, future me, but past me has already went and looked through these grades, and we graded straight 9s. Like, I sent the best of the best possible copies that I could get, open straight out of the UPCs that I was cracking for the Evolving Skies packs. and sent them in, and that's what we got. So, you know, it is one of those things, yikes, that when you get some bad grades, you just gotta kind of roll with it. You get some decent ones too along the way. I like some of that art. I really like some of the art of some of these cards that we're sending in here. It's kind of nice. This is an English exclusive promo. Just so you know, the whole waifu craze, Japanese gets everything, we get nothing. This, as far as I know, never released in Japan. So I'm actually, I don't want to say too much about that card, but that card feels too cheap right now the way it is. This card, on the other hand, is the counterpoint to that card. Probably not too cheap, probably too expensive. I think this is rolling around as a PSA 10, like $25. What was I thinking? Yeah, once again, I want to know, you guys still think I'm bullish or bearish after seeing this submission? Would you guys still say I'm the biggest bear in the hobby? This was sent months ago, so this isn't like something that I could have really predated or anything. But yeah, it's not the best submission, but it's honestly not the worst either. I can't say that I've had recently any worse submissions, but it isn't the worst in the whole world. Like, I've got some cool 10s that I'm happy with. Like, when I can get a 10 on a Clara, you know, full art trainer, it's not bad. I don't think this Lucario is going to have trouble selling. I think a PSA 10, beautiful alternate art like that will be fine to have. Got a couple 9s, now that on the other case, and is a whole nother story. But yeah, I do think that PSA is being somewhat consistent in their grading. Yikes! The biggest lose, the worst grade of the entire... See if we can find the dent. It's got to be have like a dent in it. That must be... Where is it? 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 It's there somewhere. I mean, maybe not a dent. They saw something. They saw something on this card. Something I'm not seeing, apparently. Yeah, you know, I don't know. By George. By George. What is it? What did they see? Yeah, I don't know. Am I missing something on this card? Like, I feel like... Well, whatever. Anyway, there's still one more. Should be what's left. Yep, that's it. They give us a 7 and 10 on another. This is a very, very hard card to grade. The way that it was distributed, like, I'm not going to sell this card. Like, this is going to be one of the few cards that I keep out of the submission, just that I haven't actually sold, because I looked up comps on this, and it's just dreadfully low. This is printed to the ground, but the way that the hollow is, the beautiful Delta, the Mimikyu, this is a hard card to grade. I've graded a few of these, and they never get 10s. It's my first 10 getting, so, oh, whoops, PSA 9 in there now. But no, seriously though, this is a tough one to grade, and it's definitely, in my opinion, I'm not selling it right now, which you don't hear me say very often, but it's a weird card to feel that way about. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this submission. Let's get the 10s. Let's get the 10s and set them aside. Let's see what we got here. Our 10 rate. I already did sort of calculated it out, and I feel like the 10 rate was around like 40%, 35, 40%, maybe a little higher. But let's get all the 10s and set them aside, and any of the non-10s we'll just kind of leave there and show our failures off, because I know that's something everyone likes to see. We like to show it to you, so I'm happy you guys are here. So if you're here and you haven't already, I appreciate you. Go ahead and like and subscribe the video. It helps us a lot. You can see we need the help with those 2 PSA 8s that we're just showing on the screen of Cyrus, boss's orders. Like, first of all, who even knows who Cyrus is? Second of all, what are you doing grading 3 of those old card shop? Leave a comment down below. Don't even need to look at this pile. Don't even need to look at this pile. Don't even need to look at this pile. They're all 9s. I know there's a 10 or 2 in this one, though. Okay, yep, there's one. And there's one. These ones I'm happy I got getting 10s on, because the quality out of the actual boxes and 10s, just right out the box, is pretty bad. So to get any 10s, it's not terrible, I guess. Got a lot of 9s. A lot of 9s on those. 10s on Pikachu. We'll take it any day of any Pikachu. There's literally always a Pikachu collector who's just trying to get every Pikachu in PSA 10. I even know one of them, you know. Okay, so this is here we go. This is what it looks like. The damages. This is the damage. We'll show, stack everything up, all of the wins and the losses, and you'll see it's a little under half. Yeah, not mad at it. It'll give me some inventory for, you know, lower end slabs, have it like collecticons, things for like mystery bags, just like $20 slabs, whatever, you know, things I could just sell, not have to care about, throw for auction, get some feedback. Here's what it looks like. PSA, we're just going to go the easy way. We're not going to go like all the different PSA, because the PSA wrecked us. They gave us some 8s, a couple 7, or 1 7, you know, a lot of 9s. These are all the runs that we got wrecked on, and these are the ones we got 10s on. So, you know, it's 35%, 40%, 10 rate. It's about right. When you're thinking about modern English, it's one of those things that's kind of the nature of the beast. The print quality is pretty bad. You take what you can get, and other times you just kind of scratch your head. You're left leaving, you know, wondering there. Once again, shout out to my card holder here. I didn't use it a single time. Maybe I should use it here for the card that I said I'm not selling. Where is it at? Okay, there it is. Yeah, so shout out to my little slab holder there. I didn't even use it at all. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for coming through, and yeah, we'll see you guys on the next one.